Welcome to the To Your Success podcast, hosted by Krista Johnson and Elin Solheim. Each bi-weekly episode takes a deep dive into how success and freedom is created and how you can start living the life you truly want now. Krista was top CEO of international companies for more than 20 years. He's done business in most parts of the world. Now he is an international success mentor, helping people and organizations to be successful. Elin and Krista are partners in life and business. They truly live what they teach every day. They sail their beautiful 43-footer around the world while helping clients all over the world. They are proof that you can get all the freedom you've ever wanted. They truly live what they teach every single day.
Warm welcome to Your Success podcast. I am Krista Johnson and
I am Elin Solheim.
And Elin is my business partner and my wife. So I am your husband.
Yeah, wow. Look at that. Lucky you.
So welcome back again. Today we're going to talk about personalities. And for those of you that have read my book, you know that personalities is a key element in all my mentoring. And when I started studying this 15 years ago, I think, good friend of mine said you should study personalities. And he gave me a book. He said I should buy it. Florence Littauer, Personality Plus for Couples. And Florence Littauer, and a lot of what I write about in my book is based on her books. And she's one of the references. And I just recommend to start studying personalities. I wish I knew this when I was 25, 30 years old. I would have been a different person. I would have been a different husband to my ex-wife. I would have been a different dad. I would have been a different manager. I was not ready for that knowledge at that time. And that's the way it is. And that is why I teach it to everyone. It's such a key element of our personal development. There are two key elements of this. The first one is to understand yourself, understanding me and understanding you and how you react. And the second part of it is to understand everyone around you. I just got this thought in my mind that there is a book called All the Idiots Around Us or something like that.
Surrounded by idiots, I think it.
Surrounded by idiots? Yeah. We are not. And as Bob Proctor said, you have only one problem in life, and that is you. And my friend, you have only one solution in life, and that is you. So if there is an idiot, it's me. Right? And I don't want to be that. Okay, so let's no comment. So welcome again. As you see, we are in our boat and we are sailing. Well, we are in harbor right now. We stayed in harbor for some days, and actually we're going to stay in this harbor for some time. We're going to go in not very many days. We're going to go have 1 month where we have seminars for clients flying into us, and we're going to have seminars.
And we're going to be in Malaysia.
And and we're going to Malaysia too, to your place in Malaysia. That's wonderful. We're really looking forward to that. Yeah. And as you know, a big part of our life is that we travel wherever we want, whenever we want, to places we like. And we have certain places we like. We like our boat, we like our home, we like your place in Malaysia that you own with your ex-husband, actually. And I'm very impressed that you were able to keep that. And that's been important for your family. So that's good. Okay, so personalities. This is, and I mentioned Florence Littauer, and Florence Littauer is based on Hippocrates' description of the four personalities, the four temperaments. Hippocrates goes 2,500 years back in time. That knowledge is also used in a lot of personality tests that are used in selection, in recruiting and everything. But I like to go to the source because that has over time proven standing the test of time. That is one thing, and the other thing is that it's much easier to understand. Even I said on half joke that even I, as a man, can remember the four different personalities. Before we go into personalities, we are energy. As human beings, we are energy. We have more energy in our body than there is in a bolt of lightning. We have 0.07 volts per cell, and there are 36 billion cells, meaning that we are walking power plants. And we use that energy to create the life we truly want. How do we do that? Our thoughts are energy, our feelings are energy, our actions are energy. And you have all inside you to live the life you truly want. You have everything inside. And that's the biggest surprise for a lot of people when they say, oh, I cannot start doing this because of the surroundings. And I cannot do that. Well, you can. It's just to start to change. And when you start to change, and when you understand your personality and how that affects you, then you can really start to change. Okay. So
I just want to say that I don't think that we would be a couple still if we had known all this about personalities, because we use this a lot.
Yeah, and according to Florence Littauer, we are not a match at all.
No.
And sometimes I totally agree with that. And I guess you do too.
They're surrounded by idiots. Yeah, but I think that everybody should know something about personalities, and it's actually so simple. It's so easy to learn these few things, and it will change your life.
Yeah.
It will change the way you act, with how you interact with your children, with your husband, wife,
with everyone around, with your clients, with your boss. I have been that idiot or that stupid boss for 20 years. So I know how that is, and it goes back to what Bob Proctor said. You possess the power, the biggest power there is, and the power to change your thoughts. You possess that, and how do we change that? We study. We study ourselves. We study people around us. We read books. We have mentors. We go to courses. We go to classes. We listen to podcasts. It's the most important thing we do. Okay, so let's dig into the 4 personalities then. There are 4 archetypes. We have, and they have names. We have the Sanguine, and these are kind of, as I said, archetypes. It's like they are described in a very in an expressive and maybe extreme way, and we all have all 4 personalities in various degrees inside us. There is no one that is pure Sanguine. There is no one that is pure anything. We are always a mix of all 4 in various degrees. Okay, so we have the Sanguine, we have the melancholic, we have the choleric, and we have the phlegmatic. Those are the 4 archetypes or personality types that we're going to talk about today. So why don't we start with me then? Or do you want to? Shall we start with you?
Me, the melancholic.
Yeah.
The perfect one.
The perfect one. Okay, so let's start with you.
Let's start with that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So the melancholic, and it's not because they are melancholic, meaning down in mood. No, it's just a word that describes them. The melancholic is like a puzzle maker. I often call them watchmakers. If you look at like a mechanical watch, and you see all the bits and pieces there going, and maybe you have a perpetual calendar or something, and then you have everything is perfect, then everything is good. And they always have plans. They are planners.
Oh, I love it. I love the plans.
Yeah. How many plans do you have?
Several. I just change them all the time.
You just change them all the time.
If something happened that doesn't fit the plan, I just change the plan.
Yeah. Like how one of our tricks is that we make a plan and we don't follow it.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, it works.
As long as there is a plan, it's okay.
It's okay. Yeah. And that's true. Okay, so the basic desire for the melancholic is to have perfection. And when everything is perfect, when everything is according to plan, then they can move. And the challenge then is that a lot of things around them are not perfect, and then they have to fit. Like for the 2 of us, you said that, well, for me to fit into your life, I was just the unpredicted one. Yeah, I was the joker. Never know. Okay, and then you planned everything around you. Yeah. Except for me, because you never know, and then you could cope with that since everything else was according to plan.
Yeah, and I knew that you were unpredictable, so that then you you fit into that box.
I was put in the unpredictable box. Okay, yeah.
It works.
Melancholic, they like to clean and to have order, and they put everything in boxes as well. So, but their emotional needs is and this is important. It's sensitivity, support. They have a rich inner world. Inner world is rich. They think a lot. They think 3, 4 steps ahead all the time. They need space around them, and they need silence. They need understanding. Okay. And this is important. How do we control the world around us? Melancholic control the world with moods. Moods meaning that they use all the full spectrum of feelings and emotions to control. And sometimes you can feel manipulated by a melancholic. But normally it's not. It's the feeling of being manipulated comes from them not being aware of how they are and how they are perceived. But that is how they control the world around them. Okay. So me then, the unpredictable one. I'm not unpredictable at all. In my life, I'm not predictable. I'm just really good at making fast decisions.
The choleric.
The choleric. I am the choleric. So, and that's my basic type. Basic need, basic desire is to have control, to be in control. Expect loyalty, expect credit for work, appreciation, acknowledgement, and sense of control. And we use cholerics, they use anger to control the world around them. I have been so angry so many times, and now I'm not that anymore. No. And we had a situation with a big sail when we were out sailing some time ago, and we have this wonderful balloon sail. Which is beautiful. It's almost 150 square meters. So it's a big sail.
Red, white, and blue.
White, and blue. It's beautiful sail, really thin fabric, very, very delicate. And we store it under deck, and we hoist it up in the mast when the wind is perfect. So it's a light wind sail. And we were like at the border of, well, not the border, but it's like, okay, maybe we can hoist it. And I wanted to try because I was bored, and I made a decision. Okay, let's try this. And I hoisted it, and we were about to take it out, and I realized I had done everything wrong. Like, everything wrong. It didn't work at all. And then I said to Elin, I've done everything wrong. She asked, is there anything I can do to help you? I said, no, I fix it. And as I always say, I fix it. Choleric, I want to be in control. I don't want to have any help unless I need. And so I just needed to take it down and hoist it up again. And then when we tried to fold it out, then it didn't work either. And then, well, after 10 to 15 minutes, and we were up there, and the boat was like swinging in the sea and all that. But we managed, and I came down and was smiling. And Elin said, you haven't done that before.
No, it was surprisingly that you were smiling.
Yeah.
If it had been before, you would have thrown that sail overboard.
Yeah, it's an expensive sail. It's like $10,000 overboard. But I could easily do that in anger. I don't do that anymore. Well, then we had to pick it up again, I guess.
I think so. Yeah.
But the point is that I control the world through anger, and that was based on my insecurity, because I was really insecure. I was insecure. Am I good enough? Am I worthy of living the life I truly want? What will others say? I had this saying when I was in the corporate world that sometimes I was afraid of getting like a baseball bat in the back of my head. It's like when you don't see that coming, and that follows the choleric and need of control. Okay. So that's me. I'm a really strong decision maker. I move. I'm very impatient. Elin knows that, and all my clients knows that as well. That I want them to move, and I use my choleric abilities. And I've done that as a manager. My personality, the choleric, is very, very common in management. You find that around in management. Okay.
I think actually one of the characteristics, I cannot say it even.
Characteristics.
Yes, of the choleric is that the more you get appreciated of the things you do, the less anger you have.
It's a good one.
Yeah, because you need to be appreciated. You need to be seen, and if you get that, you will not be angry.
No, it's true. No,
so I think it's because we both have this kind of personalities, both choleric and melancholic. Both of us, we can easily spot that in the other person.
Yeah,
and that's
true.
The power of knowing the thing.
Yeah, and that's the power. And as we said, we don't think we've been together if we hadn't known about this, because we have to work. Okay, so the third one is the playful sanguine. The playful sanguine basic desire is to have fun. Where do you find a playful sanguine? On stage. On a stage. All light on me. Attention, affection, approval, acceptance, and they control the world with charm. They can talk to anyone about anything. They charm. They're good sellers. You find them among the best sellers. I would say it's not that they are pure sanguine, but you find them in artists. And how do you recognize it? Well, you can see that the men, they have this Hawaii shirt, and then they have this. Well, I'm a little bit sanguine today since I have this shirt on.
And you're in front of the camera, so.
And I'm in front of the camera, and I have learned to enjoy that. So, and that is where you find the sanguine. Okay, the last one is the peaceful, the phlegmatic. The basic desire of a phlegmatic is peace of mind. And one thing they are really good at is procrastinating. And the more you push them to make a decision, the more stubborn they get. Peace and quiet, feeling of worthiness, lack of stress. They can see over and over and over again the same replay of a British crime, as long as they get their tea or their or a glass of red wine, and they really don't care, and they are not, well, they care, of course, but they care mostly, just like I as a choleric care mostly about being in control. A phlegmatic cares mostly about peace of mind, and they cannot make decisions. It's so important, and it's just not possible for them, because making a decision, a pure phlegmatic making a decision, will always create a lack of peace of mind. Peace of mind goes away. And they just, it's just not possible to do. So where do you find phlegmatic people? I would say in schools. You find them in public service, where they don't have to make decisions. And they're nice people, always nice, they're well liked, and it's important. Okay. And then we are a mix of all of these four. I can use me as an example. I am a choleric, and a strong choleric too. And then my secondary is melancholic, meaning that I'm good at decisions and I like to have systems. We have order, and that is how I, that is how I am. Number 3 in me is sanguine. I like the attention. I'm not afraid of being in front of the camera. And I like to help people, and that's a sanguine part too. Okay. And your personality types?
Definitely the melancholic. But the second one is the choleric.
Yeah.
So I need to have the systems. I need to have that security around me, but I also want to decide. I also want to move fast. I also want to do these things. So it's
that's the combination.
Yeah.
And the funny part of this, when it comes to, and we mentioned us as a couple, the funny part about this is that we attract the opposite, meaning that the choleric attracts a phlegmatic attracts a choleric, because for a phlegmatic it gives peace of mind not to make the decisions. A choleric likes to control things, and it's easy to control a phlegmatic. And that works for some time, and then the habit of changing others kicks in, and then we start changing others, and then it doesn't work. And the same with the sanguine and melancholic. The melancholic is attracted to the sanguine because of its liveliness, the happiness, the fun part that the melancholic very easily can feel a lack of in his or her life. And the sanguine is attracted by the melancholy because there is order there. And we have both been in that situation, actually. In our previous marriages, we were both in that situation, so we know it very, very well. Okay. So if we go a little bit deeper into this, and I think we could spend a few minutes on going deeper because this is really important. And it's a chapter in my book, Be Daring, Be Different, about this. So the sanguine person is a typical people person, humor, charm, totally disorganized, talks too much, easily distracted, often late. And
if he shows up.
if he or she shows up, yes. And because I forgot to make that dinner because a friend of mine came by, and then we decided to write a song, and we ended at a cafe, and there that we created this band, Yeah, and then the kids are still in kindergarten, 7:00 at night, and there is no dinner. Well, that's of course an extreme, but at the same time, that can easily happen with the sanguine. Okay. The phlegmatic then, adaptable, really adaptable, good under pressure, good listener, and it's nice. They're nice. You find them in a lot of areas with care. I'm sure a lot of nurses are a lot of phlegmatic. And there's a lot of caring there. The weakness, they're too quiet. They procrastinate. Oh my God, they procrastinate. And we know, based on the 4 things that highly successful people do. Set high goals, make fast decisions, listen to those that have done what you truly want to do. And number 4, invest in yourself. Making fast decisions, no way. Phlegmatic, I have to think about it. It will never be the right time. And procrastination is the route to failure. So that's a challenge. So how do we deal how do we deal and help clients that are strong phlegmatic?
We don't. No.
Many of them we cannot help because they're not able to make the decision to get the help.
But hopefully they have something, some other qualities as well.
Of course they have, and that is the mixture. So we kind of nurture and we grow the choleric, melancholic, especially the choleric side of them. Yeah, that is how we deal. So the last one is the perfect melancholy, and that's you. Attention to detail, and you have a very, very good attention to detail. Yeah, and you're a good planner, good with numbers, great at processes and systems. Elin, you love we use Kajabi as our client system, and you just love it. Yeah. The more you work on it, the more you learn, the more you love it.
Hours.
You can do that for hours. Yeah.
And I'm never done.
You're never done, no, because it's not perfect, right?
No, it's not.
No, it will never be perfect. Well, then good enough.
Yeah,
good enough is good.
So
lack of spontaneity is typical for melancholy. Struggles under pressure. If you put them under pressure, they will struggle because then it will not be perfect. They are hard to please and they cannot function without a structure. So these are the archetypes, as I said.
The extreme.
They are extreme. And we are all a mixture of all of them, But it is important to know this, and I recommend either if you read my book, or if you read Litaver, or if you just Google Personality Plus and just read about this. It is so important because it will give you a different view of yourself and your life and everyone around you. And back to what Bob told me, you have only one problem in life, and that is you, and you have only one solution in life, and that is you. And it's just key. If you want to change. You're not a tree, as Jim Rohn said. That's a funny one. I don't know if trees have personalities, but so we just recommend.
That's another podcast, I think.
That's about trees?
Yeah, and personalities.
I don't know.
We can try.
Yeah, well, we had a client that was talking to trees, actually. Yeah. She really liked trees. Well, okay, maybe. Okay, so that was an introduction to personalities. It's really fun, and I know, and we know as well, with our kids and family, when we start to understand them and people around us, and I use this really active in all my mentoring, and it's easy when you get really good at this, you catch it immediately, And in sales, it's a tremendous tool to have. If you sell to a sanguine, you say, "Oh, it's so fun! It's so fun to have this." Can you imagine living the life you truly want? You get all the attention. You get the front page of the newspapers. You have this wonderful career where everyone looks up to you, and If you're selling to a choleric, you say, it's your decision, and I can help you giving you control of your life. Melancholic, talk about the systems. Phlegmatic, not so easy to sell to. They have to think about it. But sometimes we respect that too, people have to think about it. And we have good systems in all our mentoring. We have all the programs and everything is in order because, you are a melancholic choleric, I'm a choleric melancholic. So we have that. So we can just say that, well, for us, I think without that knowledge as a couple, we would never be here today. We would not live the life we truly love.
And because of the knowledge, we live the life truly better than we could even imagine.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I
think so.
Yeah. And it's true. So it's a very, very powerful tool. And as I said at the beginning, this goes like 2,500 years back in time. It's proven over time. And it's easy to understand. Even for me as a man, 4 things I can remember that.
It's not rocket science.
It's not rocket science, but it's important science.
It is.
Okay. So that was personalities, and to your success. And we wish you a wonderful day, and see you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of To Your Success podcast. Please leave us a rating and review on your favorite podcast platform. For more information on how Krista's mentoring programs can help you in your own life, visit kristajohnson.com.